Welcome to Dr. Fred Markets. This is not financial advice. While most people ignore what's happening in the markets, a few choose to pay attention. And that difference, that simple choice to stay informed, changes everything. You're one of them. Let's get into it.
Sports fans are the dumb money funding your next rent check. S&P 500 at 737, up 1.7% today. Nvidia up 2.2%. Rocket Lab, tiny rocket nerd stock, up 9.2%. Oil, USO, down 4%. And the headline everyone chases is Victor Wembanyama getting a flagrant in the finals, while Taylor Swift shows up at Madison Square Garden like it's the Met Gala with better lighting. Signal 1, attention is a currency, and today it's glued to NBA drama, not to the balance sheet that matters. Billions of eyeballs locked on Game 4, the Towns Wemby clip, courtside Swift cams, and hot takes about momentum shifts. The real momentum that pays you isn't on the floor. It's flowing through whoever owns the infrastructure that beams this circus into every phone on Earth. Signal 2. SpaceX sits on a rumored private valuation north of $200 billion, and Starlink is quietly turning into a global utility. The pipes that carry your streams, your bets, your rage tweets about officiating. At the same time, Rocket Lab jumps 9% on a boring market day because niche investors understand one thing. Whoever controls low Earth orbit owns the future broadcast tower, the data artery, the live sports fire hose. Signal 3. Public markets already price sports franchises like irreplaceable gods, but they still discount the picks and shovels in the data and satellite stack. The Knicks, the NBA, the broadcasters are expensive front-end brands. The back-end delivery, satellite capacity, specialized data centers feeding real-time sports, betting flows, and ad auctions trades like just another tech thing. That mispricing is your opportunity. So here's the cliffhanger. Do you want to be the guy arguing flagrant calls, or the ghost landlord quietly charging rent on every pixel of that replay? Here's the connection no one talks about on sports TV. Live sports are the last unkillable appointment TV. Everything else got murdered by streaming bloat and TikTok attention spans. But real-time events, NBA Finals, World Cup, Olympic freak shows, still demand ultra-low latency delivery from physical infrastructure. Satellites, edge compute, high-performance data centers built like fortresses. You don't get flawless Game 4 in Madagascar and Montana without real metal in the ground and metal in orbit. The surprising fact, the supposedly boring landlords of data, especially operators tied to real-time streaming and connectivity, earn a form of rent on sports emotions. Wemby gets hacked, Swift stands up, Twitter implodes, and the data center meters keep spinning. The more volatile the drama, the harder fans smash refresh, the higher the usage. Your feelings are someone else's recurring revenue line.
Does what you just heard make you want to dig deeper? Good, because that curiosity is exactly what brought you here, and the second part is going to take it further. Let's go.
Mechanism is simple and ruthless. Step 1. Leagues and broadcasters pay for guaranteed global delivery. No lag, no blackout, no excuses. Step 2. That guarantee rests on capacity from 2 choke points, satellite networks and specialized, high-redundancy data centers. Step 3. Those operators structure contracts like long-term leases. Think 5 to 15-year agreements, minimum capacity commitments, annual escalators. That's not vibes. That's math. Forget owning the team. You want to own the digital stadium's plumbing. Everyone knows about cloud stocks. That's not the play. The edge is understanding which data center REITs and infrastructure players actually benefit from real-time video, sports, and betting traffic. The stuff people watch live instead of doom scrolling later. Their revenue doesn't care who wins Game 4. It cares that Game 4 exists and millions watch it at the same time. Action time. Again, not financial advice, but here is the truth. First, map your attention. List the apps you used during the last big game you watched. Streaming platform, live scores, betting, social. Every app leans on a stack of infrastructure companies. Your job is to trace one layer down. Who hosts, who connects, who transports the bits. Second, study the data landlords, not the brands. Look at publicly traded data center REITs and infrastructure players serving media, gaming, and streaming, not generic enterprise cloud. Check for high utilization, long contract terms, strong renewal rates, and exposure to content delivery or sports streaming use cases in their investor presentations. If their biggest risk is customers churn to cheaper generic cloud, walk away. If their mode is no one else can deliver this reliably at this scale, now we're talking. Third, think in rent checks, not scoreboards. When war headlines hit, like the US bombing Iran again, ad budgets shuffle, sentiment swings, indexes jiggle. But when the finals tip off, when Swift fans crash the stream, when the world watches live, the data landlords get paid. Your edge is building a tiny sleeve of your portfolio whose only job is to siphon rent from that attention. You learned one thing today. Emotions in arenas are noise. Recurring revenue in wires, racks, and orbits is signal. So next time the broadcast cuts to a crying fan or a celeb on the baseline, ask yourself one question. Who owns the pipe that just got paid to show me this? That's where you start hunting. This is not financial advice, but the truth is brutal. You either own the digital stadium or you're just paying for a better seat in someone else's. This is not financial advice. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and check the links in the first comment below.
That's a wrap for today on Dr. Fred Markets. I hope this gave you something to think about, a new angle, a clearer picture, a better question to ask. Remember, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, always. If this video added value to your day, subscribe. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and it's the best way to support this work and keep it free for everyone. You'll also find every video as a full article on the blog, drfredmarkets.com, and the newsletter is in the bio. I'm Dr. Fred Markets. See you in the next one.